And it just so happens we had our very first Body for Life event here at Rothschild in 2002 with Gregg Kemp as our champion speaker that day. Gregg is a very dear friend, and I tell you, he woke up this morning in Chicago, okay, because he had a commitment with his son to do a Habitat for Humanity benefit breakfast. And he called me and he said, I'm coming, I will be there. His GPS said 9 hours and something to drive, and he got here a little over 6. He's here in one piece, and it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Gregg Kemp.
This is not fair. I don't consider myself an accomplished public speaker, but the one thing I always try to do, after speaking in public, I want to speak after someone bad. This didn't happen tonight. But I promise to be brief. No, I'm a Southern Baptist. I have a microphone, room full of people. You know, let's be confident, you'll be there for a while. Those of you who know me at all know that if I email by my name, oftentimes it's followed by Jeffrey said. Listen to a story about a young lady suffering shortness all the way. It's just almost too much to bear. Let me step back for a second, though, and tell you a bit about Jeffrey. When I came for the first event here, not in this room, but in this facility, my son was with me. And he's about so tall. Now he's 6'4", he's 2 inches taller than me. Still better looking than me. He's about 2 inches taller than me, still better looking. Has many more female admirers. He has a GPA of 4.3 on a 4-point scale. And being recruited by Ivy League schools for basketball and several schools for engineering, including Michigan, Purdue, and University of Illinois. So, what does that have to do with Body for Life? I tell you, it's much more a journey than a destination. What have I learned on the journey? It's like a train ride. When I started my journey, it was not for me, it was for the example that I wanted to set for my son. Because I felt that I was living his future. And the future that I was living for him, I didn't like. And so I made a commitment to him that he and I together were going to change things in my life. We did it, it worked rather well. The surprising thing to me, though, has been the broader effect, the lessons that I've learned. Now, it's interesting, you listen to those who are fortunate enough to be called champions, and I don't like the term because, Ford has said, those of us who were chosen by ES to be champions, it could have been anybody in this room. That day, that year, someone saw my photo and said, okay, we'll take this guy. It could have been anybody. I think a champion is one who does the best that they can do with what they have. If you've done your best, then you're a champion. If you haven't, then you're losing. It gives me great inspiration and a great sense of power to stand before a room full of champions. So I do want to tell you a bit about my journey for the last few years here. The thing that I've learned, so many things. The one is that we never know who's watching. All of you who've gone through transformations, who are going through transformations, there are people who are watching you who are taking their strength from you and you don't even know it. I can assure you of that. Body for Life. The focus is on the body, but the emphasis should be on the life, because that's what we're impacting. We're impacting people at a more fundamental level than simply the physical composition. Despite our best efforts, we're all going to end up poor. That's what happens. But what we can impact is the dash in between the beginning and the end. That's what we live for every day.